What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the CFL podcast, where today I'm giving y'all that second video, as I said in the first video that I uploaded, about the offer that Jackson State made to the University of Maryland transfer Frankie Burgess. So if you have not seen that video, please go check that out. All right, that's another offer they made. But today, in this video, we are going to be talking about Kevin Barnett. Kevin Barnett. They have offered a wide receiver. And before we get into the video, go on Instagram, Brim Solutions, follow Rakira Fuller. She's the owner. Like I said, they're a virtual assistant company. They'll help you out with anything you need. Her prices are affordable. I'm going to put the list of services in the pictures and everything like that. Go check that out. If you want to donate to the channel, you can do so on Cash App at $JACOBIORR, Jacoby Orr. I'll put the picture up for that as well. Anything you give will be greatly appreciated. If you don't, like I said, it's still fine because I love the fact that you just watched my video anyway. So thank you for the support nonetheless. Now let's get into the video. So, Kevin Barnett, man, he's a 6'3", 195-pound receiver from Hattiesburg, Mississippi, from Oak Grove High School, and he was of the class of 2019. Now, Kevin Barnett is a three-star kid who had a lot of offers. Well, 11 offers. He had 11 offers coming out of high school. But let me tell you what I found crazy about this whole ordeal with him in high school. So, his 11 offers was Louisiana, Northwestern State, Duke, Indiana, Louisiana Monroe, Marshall, Ole Miss, South Alabama, Troy, UAB, and UTSA. Those were his 11 offers, strictly out of high school. He didn't go to any of these schools. He didn't. Instead, he chose to go to EMCC, Eastern Mississippi Community College. Y'all, if that name sounds familiar, it's because if you're familiar with the show Last Chance U on Netflix, though that was the school that was on there for like the first 2 or 3 seasons. All right, I was a big fan of the show, so he was coached by Coach Buddy, and anybody who watched that show knows what kind of Coach Buddy is. So trust me when I say this kid is used to hard coaching. He's used to tough love. He'll be fine wherever he goes. All right, he's not soft by any means. I know that if he went to that school. But yeah, he decides to go to EMCC, and I'm kind of surprised by that. I don't know why, right? Like I tried to think, well, did he get into trouble and he couldn't go to one of these 11 schools? That was a pretty good list to choose from. And I couldn't find anything. So I said, well, was it a grades issue? Because sometimes it happens in high school, no judgment, and couldn't find anything on that either. So I said, well, maybe he just didn't want to go to any of those 11 schools that offered him. Maybe he just thought they weren't the best for him. He wanted to roll the dice and, see what he can come up with. If he can come up with a school that is to his liking after going to community college. And so that's what he did. So he goes to EMCC, and in 10 games, in 10 career games so far, including most of them being this season, because 2020 was the COVID season. They didn't have much games and everything like that. So in those little bit of games during that season, plus the games that he's played so far this season, he has 23 receptions, 309 yards. He averages 13.4 yards a catch, and he has 2 touchdowns. So not bad, right? And so far, when I looked on his Instagram, and I tried to see, well, who's offered this kid? Because, when you see it on their social media, it's legit. It's for real. If y'all haven't know, Blue Bloods taught us that. So, his only 2 offers, because he only has 2. Jackson State was his first Division I offer. From community college. And then it's Alabama State. Those are his only 2 offers right now. There could be more because the season isn't over with, right? You still have a long time to go before the signing period. I know for community college, things don't really kick up. Recruiting doesn't really kick up until the off season anyway, or that at least that's how they made it seem on the show. on Last Chance U. So maybe he'll see more offers as well. They'll have time to get more game tape up and everything like that. But so far, he only has JSU and Alabama State. Those are his only two offers. So I like JSU's chances. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. He could be a part of an elite receiving corps. And when you look on his Twitter, when he announced his offer from Jackson State, a lot of people were saying that in the comments as well. That's what I love about JSU fans, right? Y'all really do show out for your team. Y'all support your team, and I love it. So, looking at his film, right, the little bit that I could find, he fights for yardage. He's a big body receiver who fights for yardage. He makes wild type catches, and this ain't just in college, by the way. He's been making big catches, like wild type catches, since high school. That I do know. So he does that. He's a red zone threat, and he has a huge catch radius because he's big and he's long. And when I look at him, I say, okay, he's a 6'3", 195-pound receiver. Clearly, JSU has a type when it comes to receivers. Clearly, right? Because Malachi Wideman, Keith Corbin, Quay Davis, like you have a type when it comes to receiver. Clearly, next year they lose Keith Corbin, you lose Joshua Lanier, and of course you lose Warren Newman. You're losing playmakers after this season. So it's only right that they try to replenish this right now with not only with freshmen, but with guys who can go get it for them as early as next season. Quay Davis will be eligible next year, but they want guys who can come in as well as freshmen. They want freshmen to develop, and they want guys that they can bring in right now to help the momentum going, so they don't have to take a step back while they're bringing up this talent that they're bringing in. And that's a perfect recipe for success, honestly, which is why I love the fact that they recruit just as heavily with transfers as they do with freshmen. You need a balance, and I love what JSU is doing. So after next year, when they lose Corbin, when they lose Lanier, when they lose Newman, can you imagine Malachi Wideman alongside Mr. Kevin Barnett and Quay Davis? Could you imagine that? And Trevonte Rucker, I don't even know why I forgot about Mr. Trevonte Rucker. A-la Brown, who's going to see more playing time next year. Can you imagine? Can you imagine this? Their receiving core, if they can get Kevin Barnett, even if they don't, but if they get Kevin Barnett, that receiving core is going to be lethal for some years to come. For years to come. So here's to hoping that Kevin Barnett does decide to go to Jackson State. If it only comes down between us and Alabama State, I'm pretty confident, as well as y'all should be, that he'll choose Jackson State. And that's no diss to Alabama State fans, I promise you, because I know you need a replacement for Jeremiah Hickson once he leaves, but let's be honest. Why wouldn't you choose JSU in this situation? You feel me? So that's all I want to say about Kevin Barnett. He still has more games to go this season. Those are just the stats so far. So when you get down in the comments, let me know what you think about this kid as well. I really am excited for him. Not only Mr. Burgess from the previous video that I made, but I'm really excited for Kevin Barnett. I really am. I love offense. I want to see an offensive explosion next year. I just can't wait. Because they're recruiting offensive line heavily, but they're recruiting a lot of other positions as well. Like they really are addressing their needs for next year. And I just love it. They want to keep talent stockpiled, so that way you don't have to rebuild at any point during your tenure. You can just reload. So let me know what you think about Kevin down in the comments, man. Thank y'all so much for supporting my channel. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on your bell notifications so that way you can get immediately notified whenever I do drop a video. I don't think I have any. Oh yeah, like I said, if you want to donate to the channel, I never ask or beg or anything like that. But if you want to donate to the channel, you can do so. I'll put the picture up again. Well, y'all can just go back to to the beginning of the video and see it. $ JACOBIORR, all together. That's on Cash App. You donate there. Anything you give will be appreciated. But yeah, man, with that being said, you are watching the CFL podcast. I go by the name of Kobe, and I'm out. Peace. Oh, by the way, to everybody who has donated to the channel, thank you. Thank you so much. Very much appreciative of y'all. Didn't want y'all to think that I wasn't appreciative of it. Thank you. But yeah, peace.